business school. And I want to say welcome and hello. I am here. I've recovered now. You guys have followed me closely would know that today we did our longest run. We did 13 miles in the midst of our crazy marathon training, which I can confirm is a complete pain in the ass. But it's worth it. I figured diabetes, heart disease, and stroke and heart attacks will be a pain in the ass too, a bigger pain in the ass and a pain in the chest and a pain in the stomach and everything else. So in order to avoid the long-term problems, I went through the short-term discomfort. I get that from Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali used to say, suffer now and live the rest of your life as a champion. Well, I ain't trying to be no champion. I ain't trying to win no races, but I am trying to be a champion of my own destiny and a champion in terms of overcoming my own limitations. It's hard to change your life. Habits are a motherfucker. I ain't gonna lie, but I'm trying to break some habits. I'm trying to be a better man, and I want to encourage you to no matter what you're doing, how great you're doing, you can always do better. Always aim to be a better man, better woman. I know you can do it, whatever that means to you. So I want to say hello to everybody. Rosewood, Reed, Cameron. I see Color Shines is in here. I love you, Color Shines. Good to see you, sister. Tina Jackson, Mrs. Bellamy, Gary, Adam, Progress Maker, Kodiani, Tim, what's going on? Shout out your city. Please shout out your city that you're coming in from, so I can see what cities you're coming from. Let's see. Looking forward to the live vid. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. Hit the thumbs up button. Please hit the thumbs up button. And also just a quick reminder, I'll be in Los Angeles the weekend of August the 11th. We're doing Harvest Festival Day out there. I got to talk to my manager. I think that there is a Saturday event that I'm also going to participate in with Dr. Rosie, and who's a great lady who was wonderful to us last time. And then I know on the 11th, we're doing an investment seminar. So if you are interested in participating in that seminar, it's all day. I'll be teaching all day long. Come to drboycelosangeles.com. That's drboycelosangeles.com. Also, we're looking for a photographer, videographer while we're there. I want to hire, from our own community. So we know some people, but whoever hits us up first that offers a good situation, we'd like to actually do some photos, shoots, and all that stuff while we're there. So I love LA. I love you all out there. So anyway, let me dig into this. Okay, so another place that I love is actually London, England. Black London is one of the most amazing and extraordinary groups of people I've ever seen. We just formed an investment group out in Black London called it's BLAAC, Black. Get it? Black, almost like Black enough. BLAAC stands for Black London Asset Acquisition Council, and basically these are a bunch of Black Londoners that I met up with, Charmaine and some others. We met in London when I was out there. You guys remember when I went to Scotland and London, and I said, you know what, let me get together with my people while we're here. And so while we were there, I said, let's not just, I did a lot of teaching and everything, but after we were done, I said, let's activate, let's form an investment club. So they ran with it. They done took the club, they done set up their rules, their structure, they're already making moves. And so this was actually a test pilot to see about doing this in other cities. So in all the other cities that I've gone to, that's going to be the goal. So when I meet you guys in Los Angeles, one of the first things we're going to do is talk about the formation of an investment club, because if you can do group investing, good things can happen. So anyway, what's up, Jade? How are you? Good to see you. Now, Jade, actually on Fly Newbie Queen TV, did a review of Hidden Colors 5 by Tariq Nasheed, which I talk about Hidden Colors 5 and I talk about Tariq because you guys know how I feel about the creation of a Black Hollywood. I feel that we need to have our own. We need to, seriously, fuck Hollywood. Excuse my French. I hate talking. I know some of y'all got kids watching. Sorry, my daddy used to cuss in front of us when I was like 4. So that's just, that's take it or leave it. That's who I am. But I don't care about Hollywood. They have an agenda. They do what they want to do with their assets. We need to do what we want to do with our assets. And so I love Hidden Colors 5, and I love what Tariq does with that, because Hidden Colors 5 is one of the original, what I call blackbusters. Blackbusters. In Hollywood, they have blockbuster films like the Avengers and stuff like that. To me, a blackbuster is when something is Black owned and it takes off and does really, really well. And so Hidden Colors, that series, has been a blackbuster, and it's set a blueprint, and you've got other great filmmakers out there. Some that come to mind: Dorian Chandler out of New York, Mark Harris out of Chicago, who did a really great film, Black Coffee, and some other great stuff. Just look up Mark Harris. He's really, really good. Rick Mathis, who did Black Friday, the Black Friday series. Lamar Tyler, who did another movie I was in. I can't remember the name of it. Generation One. done, and we've done some films. We have a film division, Boyce Watkins Films. We've done The Black Love Blueprint, Resurrecting Black Wall Street, Raising a Black Scholar. So there's a lot of Black Hollywood stuff happening. We just need people to know about it so that we can know where to put our support. I mean, it's okay if we're going to go put $500 million in Disney's pocket every time they throw some shit in front of us. But I think that before you start aiming your money toward them, I think we should aim our money toward us, because keeping it here, keeping it in the community, I think is the best way to go. That's my 2 cents. So Hidden Colors 5 has gotten really great reviews. I have not seen it yet. I'm going to see it at some point. And the thing is, that Hidden Colors 5 is a special film in the sense that it's designed like the other films were, to really awaken a part of the Black conscious, to really get us to change our behavior, change our thinking. And it's, I believe the subtitle is The Art of Black Warfare, if I'm not mistaken, or something, or The Art of Warfare, some with warfare. I remember seeing that. I remember seeing Art of Warfare, and I was like, okay, this is going to make white people very, very nervous. Because The Art of Black Warfare, that's what it is. And it's basically one of those films that white people are afraid of. White people have always been afraid of Black people being exposed to ideas that link to warfare, self-defense, retaliation, military strength, us picking up guns the way they pick up guns. The goal of white supremacy has always been to disarm those who they seek to oppress. They want to be armed to the teeth, but they want you disarmed so that you can challenge them. In South Africa during apartheid, if they even found out that you left your family to go to another country, they would go and investigate to find out if you actually left to go get military training. And if they found out that you were going to another country to get military training, they might lock up your mother and your sister and your brother and your whole family, because basically they were like, we do not want Black people to start thinking with a military mind, which actually links to the first reason that I believe that Tariq Nasheed and his film have been banned in the United Kingdom. In case you didn't know, Tariq and Hidden Colors 5 have been banned from the UK. I don't know how Tariq's going to work around it. The internet goes everywhere, so I don't think it's going to stop his ability to sell his film. And I hope he makes $1 trillion. But he can't go to the UK and can't participate in his own screenings. Although you got allies. When you have allies in other places, they can do the screenings for you and stuff like that. But basically, when he was on his way to the UK, they made a little phone call and found out that he cannot come to the UK. And I thought that was really interesting. And when you actually would, the specific language Tariq used to describe why he was banned is he said that the UK officials basically said that he, quote, this is what he said on his Twitter. He says, this is a quotation here. I'm not conducive to the public. To the good of the public of the UK. I'm not conducive to the good of the public. Now that sounded like very official language to me. I was listening to that, I said, not conducive to the good of the public. So I Googled that to find out what that means. Like, what does that, because I'm sure they've used it with other people. You guys saw where I did a little bit of research and laid out a bunch of other people that have been banned for the UK for various reasons. People like Snoop Dogg and Mike Tyson and just random ass people, maybe, so if you get on a flight in the UK, British Airways or something, and you get in a fight with a flight attendant, you could be banned from the UK. They're real interesting about banning. I told you guys how I got detained when I went to the UK. It was not a fun process. It was very, very nerve-wracking because they put me in this room, wouldn't let me call anybody for 12 hours. It wasn't like 2 or 3 minutes. It was literally all day long. And I remember just thinking, wow, no wonder you have problems with terrorists and whatever, because you're locking up the wrong people. Like, I've never, and I'm sure Tariq is the same way. Like, it's not like we're getting off of planes planning to hurt anybody. We're just there to engage with our people. So maybe that's what they need to think about, is focusing on actual criminals as opposed to just assuming Black people must be criminals too. So anyway, one thing that's interesting is, so I was thinking about some of the reasons why I think that Tariq and his film were banned. The first starts with they all start with all the words actually start with the letter M to make it easy for you to remember. The first is military. They're not used to Black people thinking with a military mind. They're used to Black people being passive, Black people, crying and praying to white Jesus and singing "We Shall Overcome" whenever somebody comes and, blows our brains out and whatever. They're used to Black people sitting there and letting things happen to them and then hoping that white people will be nice enough to change their behavior. I am not one to believe that it is within the scope of reasonable expectation to expect that white people will stop being white or that racist people will stop being racist. I don't believe that. Maybe I'm a cynic. Maybe I just don't have long enough to live to wait for white folks to stop mistreating us. And I don't, but again, at the same time, I'm not a person that believes every white person goes out of their way to be evil and mean and bad. But when you have a society that does not teach systematic racism the way that it should, you have people out here that just are backwards as hell. Like they really think they're doing the right thing, but they're being very offensive, very oppressive, very disrespectful, and it is what it is. The second word that came to mind when I thought about why it would make sense for the UK government to ban a film like Hidden Colors 5 is money. This film's gonna make a lot of money in the UK. I know that they're really picky about coming to the UK to make money if you don't have certain permits and stuff like that. Now, I don't know what permits Tariq had. I texted him. I talked to him a little bit on text. We don't really talk on the phone. I wouldn't call us best buddies, but we know of each other. When I see him, I give him a hug. We talk. We're cool. But I wouldn't say that I'm like his best friend. I introduced him to Dame Dash and connected him with Charlamagne and stuff like that because I thought Hidden Colors would be great on the Breakfast Club. But I don't know him in terms of like us being best buddies. But so I don't know anything about the permits he had, but I know when you go to the UK, if you're going to come there and make money, they expect you to have certain paperwork, and so if you don't, they might give you a hard time over that. So I'm really wondering if they also were concerned about this person, coming to their country and making money, in addition to the fact that he's coming over there and he's presenting this film that's telling black folks, stop letting people kill you. You can actually stand for yourself. The third is that besides military and money, it's just mindset. I think anybody that's effective at shifting the mindset of black people, that really gets black people like thinking at a different level, questioning things, thinking critically, stuff like that. I think that's a threat. That's a real threat to the country. Now, if you read, actually, I did a little research on the this office that actually banned Tariq, and the office that banned Tariq is the office of the Home Secretary. The Home Secretary, his name is Sajid Javid. And he's responsible, according to this documentation here, he's responsible for immigration, the police, and other matters relating to the safety of the United Kingdom. Right? He has what they call a shadow Home Secretary by the name of Diane Abbott. Now, what's fascinating to me is that when you talk about responsibility for the safety of the United Kingdom, I'm trying to figure out exactly how Tariq Nasheed jeopardizes the safety of the UK. I don't think they can point to any bombings or killings or mass shootings that have happened in anywhere on earth that are linked to, Tariq Nasheed's work, that are linked to this black empowerment movement. Nothing. There's nothing that you guys have never heard me say, oh yeah, we need to go out here and start killing people. I don't roll like that. That's not what I believe. I don't even believe in hating people because they're different. I have white students in the black business school, and I love them the way I love everybody else. I just let them know who's boss. I let them know why we exist, that our people are top priority, but it does not mean I'm going to hate you. I don't know if you guys agree with me. Maybe so. In fact, I have hardliners that don't like that. They want me to hate white people. And I'm like, I can't hate people. I don't want to hate anybody. Hatred is not a fun emotion to carry around. So rather than hating with you, I might compete with your ass. I might claim my own sovereignty, but I'm not going to hate you just because you're different from me. I don't think that's fun to do. Now, what's fascinating also about Sajid is that he's actually, if you look at his heritage, I looked him up and looked his background up. And so Sajid Javid, the guy that banned Tariq from the UK, or the Home Secretary, he's Pakistani Muslim. He's Pakistani Muslim. And now that's a little fascinating to me because, when people think about bombings and terrorism, they ain't thinking about African Americans. Let's just be clear. When they think about things that jeopardize the safety of a society, I'm not saying that this is linked at all. Most Muslims I know are very peaceful people, but when they start talking about terrorist threats and bombings in London or whatever it is, there's a nasty, ugly, unfair stereotype cast upon the Muslim community that we all know about, right? And I say that clearly and carefully to make sure that you guys know, when it comes to Muslims, my Muslim friends, especially brothers and sisters from the Nation of Islam and Muslims around the world, I think that this is an unfair characterization. But when you talk about that stereotype, there are, that's where the stereotype lies. So it's fascinating to me that this guy Sajid Javid, who has endured the negative repercussions of such an unfair stereotype of Pakistani Muslims, would be the person to ban this black man, to ban this black man from coming to the country.